Hello, True Blue Oklahoman here. Another late night old man rant about the SAVE Act. The Republicans are trying to sell this thing real hard as strictly a voter ID law, which, if that was all it was, that somebody needed a picture voter picture ID to vote, then they would find bipartisan support for something like that. But this bill includes so much more that they don't want you to know about. For instance, they bring their culture wars into it, of course. They have to have a trans thing in there. One of the things is actually, quote, don't say trans, close quotes, having to do with schools. So I don't know. Does that include the transatlantic highway, the trans-Siberian pipeline? I don't know. To what lengths will they take it? Let's see, what else? An estimated 69 million American married women do not have a birth certificate with their legal name on it. And that now makes them ineligible to vote. Every state would have to turn over all of their voter rolls and the private information to the Department of Justice. They don't talk about that, do they? Republicans won't mention that one. Let's see. What kind of ID? You either have to have a passport or a birth certificate. If I remember right, when we got our passports, we had to have a birth certificate to get our passports. So I'm not sure what good that would actually do. Native American tribal cards will no longer be proof of citizenship, really. They were here first. The tribal card is no longer proof of them being an American. Okay. Your military ID. If you're in the service, if you're over there in Iran now or getting ready to be shipped over there, your military ID no longer proves that you're an American citizen. So, sorry about that. The real ID, remember that? The government was after us for years to get that thing done. Everybody finally did, I guess. And now that's not proof of citizenship. That's no good. Only a passport or a birth certificate. And by the way, the majority of passport holders in America are Democrats. You know, something you might want to think about. Let's see what else. The Brennan Center for Justice estimates that 21 million eligible voters don't have ready access to documents with proof of citizenship, such as a birth certificate or a passport. The SAVE Act also ends voter registration drives. So if you're trying to register more voters for your party, no matter what party it is, you can't do it. No more voter registration drives. Government doesn't want that. No more online registration. 43 states and the District of Columbia have online registration, but not if the SAVE Act passes. No more of that silly shit. Come on now. You know those sweet old people that usually man the tables at the polling places, at least where I live in Oklahoma, is, some sweet old blue-haired American women from the retirement center not too far away, manning the tables. But anyway, if they let somebody vote who is alerted to be found out as an illegal vote, that poll worker can be charged with a crime by the government. The poll worker is responsible for whoever they give that slip to vote. They can be held liable by the Department of Justice if that turns out to be illegal. Even, if the guy gives you a fake ID, whatever, sorry, you're stuck with it. It's just crazy, right? The whole purpose of the SAVE Act is to strip we, the people, of the power of the ballot box. Is that making America great? Have a good day.